said on the stream. Thank you, Daniel.
He's just keeping it real.
Yep. Big
All right.
buttons.
Who would like to do the recap on the last session?
Big butts are in, man. Like they're pretty popular. I did the last one, so someone else can do it.
I already have inspiration.
It's okay. Something else is gonna happen this time.
Our
Roll
guests
it.
can do it.
Josh, would you like to do the recap from last session?
Sure. I will. I will do the very best I can. So, when last we left our heroes, the group had made their way to Bree, the human hobbit, small ish city, and made their way through the gate watch and to the prancing pony, where they enjoyed an evening of food, drink, all that goodness. They got into a small interaction with a few of the patrons there, some ne'er do wells, and as well as a oldish, or not oldish, but like a kind of a mysterious figure sitting over by the fireplace, which is came to be my character, Deerhill Hollis. The characters talk to the bartender. Is it Butterbur?
Barnaby
Or-
Butterbur.
Yeah, Barnaby Butterbur. And then had a conversation in a back room about stuff, and then talked about going west to the Blue Mountains and meeting with the dwarves, and that was kind of the driving factor for re-engaging with Deerhell, and he signed on to be the guide, if you will, for the party to go west, having experience as a Dunedain in these parts. And everyone got ready to go west, and then yeah, I probably missed a lot, but then
No, dude, that's
all sorts of stuff.
works out fine. Josh, for doing the background, the recap, you get to succeed either an ability check or an attack roll against a creature. You automatically succeed if you declare it from doing the recap, and is considered a natural 20.
Oh, very
Nice.
nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, we did get into combat. I did miss that. We
Yes, you
left,
did.
and on the road, we did get ambushed by some highwaymen, and we knocked one out. I knocked one out. I don't know if I think that's kind of where we stopped. I don't think we really questioned him or anything.
We questioned.
No question.
Oh, did we? Okay.
We sent him on his way.
Yeah, that's right. We sent him back.
You did not send him back. Yeah, you were deliberating to go to the Brandywine Bridge or going through the Old Forest. You did not send him back yet. I remember that.
We did send
Oh.
him back. That lady
sure?
Set her.
That's right.
lady
You know,
set him
you're.
free.
I'm wrong. You were correct. Yes, you did.
She set him free as in go back to Bree and actually work.
All right, you guys stand on the road before you, leading to the Brandywine Bridge and to the Shire. To your south, you can go through the Old Forest, where a pack of orcs were seen traversing, headed to the east. To the west. Your choice of what you want to do, party members. For both been written out.
Oh,
Sorry.
Lucas also mentioned that the orcs were headed southwest to southwest Blue Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and other than the orcs, there's another powerful figure in the woods somewhere.
Oh yeah, we were gonna either stop by Hamilton or cut through the big
Yep,
Yeah,
so you
through
guys
the old
can
forest.
deliberate with RP, or you can talk out of character and make it boring and decide where you want to go. I don't care. Your choice.
I
Could
have
you-
no qualms going through the forest.
We did get injured in that last battle. Do you remember that?
Oh, suffered a few scrapes.
I suffered a few stabs, so.
Shake it off, but you need a little bit of gonna need some more help.
Dan, you sound like you're talking through a tin can.
But
It's through his chainmail helm. Or his hood or mask or whatever.
So, it is not late. I mean, it's like evening, like that area right before the sun starts fully setting. It's probably like a good
Nuts.
a good like few feet. That's better. A few feet off the ground from like human perspective, or Dunedain from your perspective. You still have a few hours of sunlight left. It's not completely setting, but it is going to be dark in a few hours. You notice that again, the old forest is to your south, and there's some straggling trees off to your north. And if you continue going west, this road does lead to the Brandywine Bridge, which then leads into the Shire.
And last question, I'm sorry. How far from a range estimate would you say we are from the forest?
You guys are right on the borders of the forest. If you look at the map, there is a token. I'm gonna blow him up for you so you can find him.
Yeah. Yeah, I see him.
Dear Hell, you said that the Dunedain protect the Shire, correct? So these orcs won't. They should be a non-threat, or they should be dealt with at some point.
Well, protecting the Shire through the outskirts. We do what we can, but our numbers are few, and the orcs multiply. They evade our companies, but in the Shire, I'm fairly certain it would be safe. As for the old forest, I can't say the same. And I look up at the sky and the sun setting. You can tell visibly that the time of the day and just the look of the forest kind of give me pause.
Do you think we could make it across the bridge in time? Before nightfall?
Across the bridge, on the road, I think we have a good chance. I don't know how many more orcs we would encounter, if any. Or not orcs, but highwaymen or orcs. We might even see some travelers and merchants. As for the forest and the direction of the orcs, I don't recommend going into the forest without breaking camp for the night.
And then Grimhelm would look towards Lucas. It's my belief that if we ignore these orcs, they may cause some damage to the locals. If we take some time, we could track them in the morning, deal with them. It'll only take a day or two out of our travels. You know, and perhaps we're the ones that have come along to take care of them, so that they don't harass any outlying farms, things like that.
Deerhill kind of makes a gesture to, to butt in. Not that I'm looking for that sort of thing, but I'd be surprised if the orcs don't travel mostly in the cover of darkness, through the shadows and the dark of the wood. It could be we lose their trail by the morning. If it is the goal of this company to pursue them, it might be something we need to do now.
We should take it to a vote. The bridge of the forest. Grimhelm will look immediately to Lucas. What say you?
I don't really mind either way. I mean, of course, the roads are going to be faster, but maybe they've already got some orcs lying on the road. Versus us going through the woods, at least we have some, at least natural concealment.
So you'd prefer the woods?
Aye, because I prefer the woods.
Alright. Grimhelm then directs his gaze to Uriel. What of you, woodsman? What say you?
The woods.
Clear, concise, and direct. Just as I expect from a woodsman when dealing with the woods. And you, Master Dwarf?
Aye, let's hunt some orc.
And Grimhelm kind of smirks at that. Just as expected from a dwarf of the Iron Hills, ready for a brawl. And you, Elenian?
I would have liked some time to heal, but beggars can't be choosers.
Alright, good to hear. So you're accompanying us to the woods then?
Of course.
Excellent. Dear Hell, what of yourself? What would you recommend?
D-Hell kind of purses his lips a little bit and looks around at the company, almost disappointed, and he kind of shrugs, looks at his blade as he sheathes it back in. Well, once again, I don't often look for a fight. The old forest is not too kind for travelers. But as I said before, if it's the goal of this company to pursue the orcs, then I promise to be the guide. I'll keep to my oath.
Alright, and I can respect that, good sir.
Eleni kind of butts in. As we do need to keep in mind, they are orcs. They like to travel at night, correct? So they do try to set up ambushes often at night too, and they're a lot more deadly at that time. So we need to keep that in mind. Sure, we will be tracking them, but they could be waiting for us anyways.
We'll have to keep our wits about us as we advance. It seems best to take care of them, because I imagine they'll try to intercede us at some point down the road.
At the very least, we could cut off reinforcements to the ones heading over to the Blue Mountains.
Best to prevent them from consolidating.
Exactly.
It seems we've come to a consensus. And he'll look towards the hill. Follow your lead.
Do we camp for the night before we press on?
I say we burn whatever daylight we got left.
Alright. I suppose we press on then.
So, Deer Hill, you're leading them into the forest, correct? Josh. You're good. I shall give, as you all enter into the forest, you'll notice that this area looks dark and receded compared to what you're used to with forests. It is something that it does not look familiar to you. It's almost off-putting. This forest seems. Oh, I don't. Right, this is fucking stupid. I love it when I look up dark fantasy forest and I get fucking bebop.
Yo,
bullshit.
lo-fi.
Oh no, lo-fi bullshit.
Lo-fi forest vibes to study and relax to.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes, Scoots. I just gotta read Eli's story because it's almost 7.
Oh
Apologies.
my god, why is there One Republic on dark forest music? See if this one works. This works. There we go. When the DM's not prepared for the music change.
Man, you could have just used your what you call it, Delta Green one.
I could have, yeah. As you all enter in this, like I said, it's very old. You can almost feel the age of this forest. As you look around, notice that the trees are decently spaced apart. Nothing too dark or menacing. It's just a feeling all of you get. And as you proceed into the forest, whenever Dohel is back, I will have him roll a survival check.
Let me ask a question.
Yes.
Would Elenian have been through here before, or
No.
passed by?
You know that the Dunedain don't like going through this forest due to stories you've heard, dark stories. This forest is not the nicest forest in the world. As Dirhild leads you into the forest, it starts to become darker. It almost seems as if the trees are closing in around you with each passing step you take further. You look behind you, the path you just took looks different from the last. Almost as if the forest is shifting around you, or all of you are hallucinating with the forest. Being in such an old place, it's hard to tell. In the distance, you can hear creaking, almost like branches and trees pushing against the wind. It's always off the distance, never too close, but it almost sounds as if the trees are moving on their own fruition, almost like branches and basins of trees are being pushed and leaned into. And I'm guessing you guys are going to camp for the night?
Can I roll something to kind of either remember or know of a creature that would
You sure can.
alter stuff in the forest? What would it be?
That would be a lore check.
Damn. Bro,
All you
can I
know
actually see the dice, dude?
Is this is considered to be a very... That might actually be the issue why your dice are rolling off the table.
Is it not doing that no more?
No, it's not doing it anymore. It's just, it seems very... You've heard stories tell of the Old Forest that there's dark things within this forest, but nobody's been able to pinpoint it from your group of Dunedain.
Well, as we travel, Eleni just kind of looks uncomfortable. Remembering the stories of this place, I'm not feeling too comfortable being here too long. She'll say out loud.
And let's see. Are you guys going to camp for the night? Are you guys going to press onwards during the night?
Let's camp.
Anybody else?
Eleni kind of nods for now.
We can camp for the night.
Camp sounds fine.
Grimhelm, do you have any options, Mr. Unmuted Man? Wait, no, he's reading his message to his kid. And Josh is probably still on a phone call.
I would say just take
Yeah.
a few minute break right now.
Alright.
Just to wait for them to come back.
Take a 5-minute break. If anybody has any Middle-earth questions that don't relate to this forest, feel free to ask me.
think I remember the hobbits don't know about the Dunedain. The protect. They just
No,
think
they have
everything's
no clue.
fine.
They just imagine everything's happy and joyous. They're just like, oh, isn't it nice that nothing ever comes down this way? Oh, it is. Nothing ever bothers us here. We just live in the
Fucking-
most delightful part of the world. Right, well, the Dunedain are like, die, orc!
Dunedain fucking ambushing the damn orcs at night. Whatever. Technically, I'm doing my job
Yes.
as the Northern Ranger, hunting down these orcs. So
Um,
I guess that would be Elenian's like motivation to chase down these orcs right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would I know if orcs can see in the dark or do they need light?
You know that they like the dark.
I know that they like the dark. While we're stopped, can I try to climb up one of the trees and see if there's any light, like moving in the forest?
You want to try to climb a tree and see if there's any light moving in the forest.
Yeah, like in the distance. If there's any,
You know
light
what?
shining off the.
Absolutely sure.
Uh oh.
I need you to roll me an athletics check to climb a tree.
I think it could be athletics or acrobatics if you really
Acrobatics
know
for
how to
coming down the tree. I would not say for
Okay,
going up
yeah.
the tree.
Yeah.
Acrobatics?
No athletics for going up the tree.
Athletics up. Bro, this monitor, it's so high. The dice actually look nice.
You're able to go about 3/4 up the tree. It starts to get a little bit wobbly up there. Do you want to stop or do you want to try to climb to the very tippy top?
I want to stop and try to use my, dwarven vision to see if I can see anything.
Okay.
Dwarven vision.
Roll me a
aka I can
perception
see in the
check.
dark.
Yeah, 60 feet of dark vision.
What do you do if I see?
What do you do if I see? I don't see shite. Roll me
See
a
shite.
Hey,
perception.
fucking short.
You look around and you notice that you don't see any lights except for coming off to your west. You see little lights coming from hills. That's about it. However, while you were up there, I need you to roll me a another athletics check.
To not eat shit.
Oh.
Eat shit.
While you're sitting up there, it's almost like a branch hits you in the back, knocking the wind out of you, and you begin tumbling down the tree. Roll me an acrobatics check to catch yourself.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
can't.
do some dope rogue stuff, and I'm gonna try to swing off a branch and try to catch myself. Then, acrobatics.
Yep. All right, you're able to catch yourself.
I'm back, sorry. Acrobat. What am I rolling?
Nothing
I'm gonna
out.
try to do some dope movements to get down the tree, just overly classy.
All right, so you see him kind of, and you see him just kind of acrobatic, like backflipping off things, and he lands with like a 3-point heroic landing.
was that shite?
There
So-
were some lights in the hills.
Lights in the hills?
Other than that, I
Torches?
didn't see anything.
Which direction?
Yeah, which direction was it? Or do I even know which direction is which?
Yeah, you was to your west.
It was to the west.
I think is where we assumed they were going. How did you fall?
I don't know, it's like something pushed me.
Pushed you?
We'll have to
I
push
don't
it
know.
back
it
next time.
was- I'll try.
Put a rock back there. Maybe it'll hurt less.
So you guys are gonna be camping out for the night.
Can I roll something to kind of, now that we're like resting, to actually take the time to remember some of the stories in the Old Forest?
Well, the real question for that is, do you have a pipe?
I do.
All right, so
don't-
since you guys are gonna be camping out, basically, Josh, Dathor climbed to the top of the tree, looked to the west, saw lights in the hills, and then got smacked by something in the back, and 3-point landed out of the tree with a 23 acrobatics check.
Gotcha. Oh, well, that's not bad. Oh, yeah, I see it. Cool. Okay, but, so we got in a little ways, and what caused us to stop?
It's becoming night, and I was asking if you guys
Oh,
want to
okay.
camp.
And, we're trying to pursue the orcs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we lose them, or are we trying to keep their trail?
Well, with your check, you're able to keep the trail of following them, but like I said, it's getting dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we
but
have
were
the?
waiting for you to get back to make the roll.
I did roll a survival earlier. I got a 19.
Yeah,
but,
that's
no.
what got you in that part of the forest. I need you to roll it again to see if you want to continue. If you want to continue tracking them. If you don't, we go into camp rolls.
I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying because technically you're the guide, so it's your call here.
Yeah, can I just from my knowledge of the Old Forest, have I felt or seen anything out of place? Anything that might give me pause, rather?
Oh,
You're hearing the sounds of trees popping and moaning in the distance.
yeah.
That's fucking lovely.
As if the forest is trying to swallow us whole, essentially. Elenian made a comment on it, being uncomfortable at least.
Can I roll a perception check just to? What I want to try and determine is like proximity almost, but I know it's kind of this.
Yeah.
This
I'll give
But-
it to you.
but just like the hairs on the back of your neck type thing. Like
Mhm.
I'm wondering if like this is, if I feel like it's safe to go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Ooh, that was almost a 1.
Yeah,
So-
it's safe to go forward. You don't see anything wrong with that. Actually, I think that's just me being an asshole. You do have some apprehension about traveling at night. You've heard stories of the Old Forest, and you've been in this area before. You know it's not 100% the safest route you guys could be taking right now, but you also know that there are things in this forest that probably make the forest a little bit angrier than your all's presence.
So who? And I apologize, everyone. Who was the last person to address me?
I think it was Grim?
No.
Question
Someone
mark?
asked me directly whether or not we should go, or is it just kind of?
No, we haven't.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry for all the out of character questions. I don't normally do this.
You're
Also,
good.
Josh, make sure you fix your mic.
Yeah, you sound like far away.
Is this any better?
Yes, it's a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, it was at my like collarbone instead of my mouth. So
A little bit too close to the mouth. Pull a little bit back.
I pulled it back.
There you go. You're good.
Okay. All right. Dang Grazer making good mics. All right. So I'm gonna kind of keep attention around as the nice happy music plays in the background, to the trees rustling and everything, and with my right hand kind of resting on the pommel of my sword, I'm going to look around to the group. After who fell? Dathor?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
Orfel.
Yep.
Hmm. Seems we are at a crossroads as far as this journey is concerned. That could be an omen for what's to come. Perhaps we should take a rest, prepare ourselves, and hold camp for the night. The old forest is not too kind to wayward travelers, as I said. Then again, it could have its attention drawn onto the orcs.
If it has its attention drawn onto the orcs, I think we'd be a little safer to rest, no?
We could, and they could run into quite some trouble, or make it through the old forest and probably gain half a day, if not more.
And they already have about half a day on us, I think. From what I recall the bandit saying.
Too many more of that, and you'll never catch them.
Well, we'll catch the aftermath. At least. Which kind of says somberly.
We'll have to move slower during the day.
I'm sorry, you said they will?
Yeah.
That's true. And us moving at night in the old forest is, well, it would be more than a slog for sure.
Elenian nods. And after coming through here and remembering some of the stories, I'm agreeing to resting and to the forest not being too kind. That's why I've never been here, and I've lived here all my life. This northern area.
Alright, if you guys are gonna camp out, I need Grimhelm to roll me a survival check for the camp. Well, stop being distracted, Lucas. Get off Project Zomboid.
I'm not on Zomboid. I'll show you what I've been distracted with.
Was I still the actual camp maker, or do we
Yeah,
switch that up?
you're still the camp maker.
Okay.
We don't have a cook, that's it.
Yeah.
I'll take the cook.
You do the best you can with the camp.
Can I use my inspiration for
You
that?
sure can.
Check the prancing pony.
Boom.
There you go. Ah. What is that, Dan?
A very leaky window.
Okay.
Damn. That's fun.
So after using inspiration, you're able to find a better place to set up camp. The trees are a little bit spaced out apart. Able to put the tents in. Do you want to collect any firewood? Grimhelm.
No. He would definitely. He doesn't want to start a fire at all because he doesn't want to telegraph their position if there's orcs in the wood.
All right. Uriel, you're cooking without fire. Go ahead and roll me a nature check with disadvantage.
Oh, fun.
Sushi.
He starts chewing on the trees. The bark's delicious.
Bread.
Yeah,
This is gonna be bad.
Wait, what's your survival at?
Okay.
It's gonna be bad.
For what you have, you're able to make food taste decent. You don't have any meat because obviously you all get sick if you eat raw meat. But you're able to gather mushrooms and things around the forest you find and be able to cook food for everybody.
He just made a bunch of salads.
Basically. Yep.
Fruit salads.
Pulled out a couple rations of jerky.
For,
That too.
now I need to know what everybody's shifts you guys are running for the night.
I'll take third.
Oh, we'll do the thing in chat. And we can share them, right?
Yes, you can have multiple people on a shift. Alright. Shift 1, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Alright.
Elaine, you're rolling with disadvantage due to the fact you do not have dark vision.
Rip.
Anybody without dark
Let me
vision, you're
roll.
rolling at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Yeah, you're good. You guys don't see anything, you don't hear anything. It's actually eerily quiet in here. Second shift, you're awoken. Grimhelm, roll me a perception with disadvantage.
It'll be normal because I have my Esquire, so my perception checks normally have advantage, so it'll balance out.
Damn,
Okay.
our human eyes.
What do your human eyes see?
Nothing.
The feel when quote unquote half elves don't have dark vision. Feel that.
Alright. Grimhelm, you also hear and see nothing. Third shift. Roll me perception with disadvantage. You notice that after waking up from your sleep, that it seems that the trees almost encroached closer to your camp. Like, almost as if the trees have moved towards where you all are sleeping.
I'm gonna spend some time watching them, looking at the roots, see if they're encroaching any closer, and if they do, I'll probably wake everybody up.
Alright. You watch and you don't see them moving. And your shift is over. Would you like to wake up the fourth shift?
Yep, I'll wake up the fourth shift, and I'll tell them what I saw.
Fourth shift, roll me perception check. You're rolling flat, not with disadvantage, because the sun is now coming up, by the way.
Oh, then take my 17.
I mean, an
You had an
18.
18.
Yeah, you had an
You had
18.
18 and 15.
18 plus
So
4.
22.
Yep. So both of you notice the trees have definitely gotten closer. In fact, Lucas, looking at your tent, there was a tree directly touching the tent. There wasn't one there earlier. Also, all of you can use your hit die and take the advantage of a short rest for your rest.
Split
Gee,
my body.
I don't remember this tree being so
Splendid.
close to my tent.
Okay, I'm good.
It's literally touching my tent.
Back up.
I think he's
It
talking
wasn't
to
that.
Real. I think he's talking to
Don't.
Real during his shift. Oh no, you're talking to him because you're waking him up. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess if everybody else is waking up, Eli would kind of
Yeah.
comment on it. Or,
So,
like Lucas.
There's like an ambient light around, right? Because it's like dawn.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do I still see what portion of the trail that we were following?
Roll me a survival check. It's hard to track, but you can still find it. It's just roots have been placed over where these footprints were.
Okay. Gather everyone up. We need to get moving now.
I would like to also try another roll to kind of see if I remember anything.
Okay. That's
Like
gonna
a
be
creature.
as a creature.
Creatures.
That's gonna be difficult. Roll me a lore with disadvantage. You
Would I know anything from my studies with certain people?
from Fangorn?
No, but from the Bjornings.
I think it's the same thing. Lore at disadvantage.
All right.
Does this is even from Fangorn? This is a completely separate. Well, it is technically, but you know what it is, obviously. Yeah, you have no idea.
Nope.
Right, everybody has awoken. Everybody's packed up their tents and camps.
Well, let's get going. We have a long way to go.
So I actually have good news for you guys through travel. So with travel right now, with what you guys are going through, are you gonna have a scout, Lucas? Are you gonna scout forward? Or are you gonna stay with the group?
Fucking I'll scout forward a little bit.
All right. Roll me an investigation.
Yay!
I'm going to be with the
Oh.
scout too.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20.
So
I mean,
you
as close as I can.
Yeah, you have Durhill kind of like trailing behind to make sure you're okay. You look around, you're able to follow this trail a decent way. It goes to the south, southwest, and trails back to the southeast. Next, we're going to do
I relay that information, by the way.
the guide, which is going to be Uriel and Del here. Or your hell.
All right.
What do you want to roll?
Both you are rolling survival.
Ah,
And
yes.
I get advantage because of doing the thingies.
Oh man, that looked like it was an 18.
It's all good. You're actually able to watch Uriel go around and be able to follow this trail decently. I need the lookout Elenian from a perception check. You notice that there is a few weapons scattered on the ground once you reach this area of the river. And you think you almost see hands for a second underneath a tree that slowly disappear.
Elena will kind of like point at the ground towards the weapons. Let's keep moving.
Do I see any signs of maybe the orcs had tried to cut down a tree on our way as well?
You do see signs of that, but the tree is still standing. And while you all are here, I need everybody to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Curse you.
Can I use inspiration to reroll that?
You sure can.
Much better.
Make sure you take off your inspirations.
I did.
So, let's see. Grimhelm and Uriel, you both begin to feel very, very sleepy. Like you need to take a nap. Like it's not like, oh, I need to sleep. Like it's like you need to sleep right now.
I'm just gonna.
Do you mean Dather?
Dather, my bad. No, not Dather. Dather re-rolled his save. You rolled an 11. on your
Oh,
wisdom
okay,
save.
okay. Uriel, you said. Okay, I thought you said Uriel.
No, Uriel.
Alright, understood. Alright, yeah, Grimhelm, as he's walking, he just kind of... You can visibly see, like, how his I guess basically the journey starts to weigh him down, and his shoulders start to slump a little bit, and his posture weakens a little bit, and he's like, ah. Feels like I didn't get any sleep last night.
Elena kind of goes over and like grabs him by his shoulder. Hey, you okay?
Uriel staggers over to one of the trees and sits down like, I just need a rest.
How bright is it out right now?
It's midday.
What are you doing? It's hardly fucking lunchtime.
Just a 5-minute nap.
She kind of
Uriel's eyes are already closed and he's going to sleep.
Elena Lanian kind of like lightly smacks Grimhelm, who she has by the shoulder, on the cheek, like, hey, snap out of it.
That doesn't work, Grimhelm. You're still sleepy.
Fading out.
Yeah, he just like starts slumping down and like going to sleep.
Alright. As this happens, the tree that both of you are resting near, as the rest of the party is trying to wake you up, slowly begins to move and open up. And you see some branches slowly, some roots slowly start reaching out towards Grimhelm and Uriel, almost to grab them.
Try to yoink him away.
Is going to yank them away, or at least attempt to.
Okay. You're able to pull them back, but it seems as if the tree is now moving in a very slow motion towards all of you. Hey.
What is the tree trying to eat someone?
And everybody roll me another wisdom saving throw that has succeeded. The people who have failed, you don't need to worry about it.
No!
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Alright.
I'm gonna use my inspiration as well.
Alright.
Fucking Muppets.
Okay, that's better than a 10.
So Elanian and Dathor, you two begin to feel very sleepy as well.
Are we right next to the
So
river?
it's Elenian, Dathor. Who was the first two?
That would be
Grimhelm.
Grimhelm and...
So it's just me and Lucas.
Just you and Lucas.
Quick, grab them. Something foul at work.
I am dragging him. I'm like yeeting Grimhelm onto the back of my horse since I can still use my legs. If there's a free horse, I'm gonna try to yeet somebody else up there.
Can I do a perception check real quick? I recognize the tree, but is there anything around that might seem positive, like giving off a positive vibe or feeling, like some sort of natural, like a plant or water or something like that?
There is a river by you, but the tree that is near all of you is a willow tree.
How far to the river?
Not too far.
Okay, I'm going to grab Elenian and try to one-handed drag Elenian toward the river, and then gesture to Lucas's to kind of, go that direction.
Alright, you all begin moving that direction, and as you do, you begin to hear something in the distance. Something rustling moving through the river.
Through the river?
It's down the Hydra. You all notice a man almost dancing and skipping along the river. And this man is singing this song while he makes his way towards all of you.
Do I get a brief like flash of? Considering I know who this is, IRL, would Lucas get a brief flash of like his memory from the foresight?
I'll give
Like
you a yes. You
confirming?
remember hearing stories about your dad meeting this person.
It's Mr. Papa Jack.
You hear that?
Yes. Yo, over here.
And immediately hear him stop singing and just turn. And you see this man who's about maybe 5'2", 5'3", long beard, gray down the middle, wearing a hat, a very colorful outfit, very jolly, cheerful cheeks, kind of skipping over to all of you. Let me grab some music again. He kind of
Can I
skips.
roll to maybe remember his name from a story?
You sure can. That will be a history check.
Let's try it.
You remember his first name. He walks over, so he skips over to all you. Oh! What seems as if your companions have fallen quite ill from Old Man Willow.
Old man, can you aid us?
Old
They
man?
seem to be falling ill.
Oh, the things I can teach you. He kind of looks up at the tree. Old Man Willow, I want you to go away. I want you to dig your roots deep, drink water, sleep. And when he says that, all of you who are like passing out, all of you wake up and you see this tree release you, and it just goes back to complete normal tree.
Lucas looks dumbfounded for a second. He goes, Yo, Radagast?
No, not Radagast. I am Tom Bombadil.
Oh, Tom. Oh.
Now, all of you up. I want to make sure all of you are perfectly fine.
Elenian struggles to get up, just kind of what happened?
Oh, Old Man Willow decided he wanted to have a nap and snack.
Old man,
Well,
Old
he's
Man
trying
Willow?
to munch on our friends here.
Old Man Willow is not accustomed to most people that come inside of my forest, and he likes to dissuade those who disturb him.
we didn't mean to disturb.
It's perfectly fine. Old Man Willow has his own motives and beliefs. So, what are all of you doing inside of my forest?
Well, can I only roll now that she's like awake? Can she roll to recall?
You sure can. Also roll me I'll see a lore history.
Which one's better, history?
History. Dan!
You recognize Tom Bombadil as being one of the most powerful things in Middle-earth. You don't remember why, but you know he is. And you know he calls the Old Forest his home. Everything kind of snaps back to you when you see him. You realize he is a very jawful character who loves to sing and skip about and take care of people who need it.
Elena's eyes grow wide once she realizes this is who she recalls. Mine, this is an honor to meet you.
Oh, no, the honor's all mine. I haven't had travelers here in some time, other than some orcs I could smell the other night, and, well, I merely had my way off, and then they skipped along, and then they were gone. I do not know what possessed them, but they flew as if the world depended upon it, until Old Man Willow here decided to put a stop to it.
We were following those orcs, trying to stop them from enforcing the ones that are going towards the Blue Mountains right now. That is why we were cutting through here. Our friend here, she'll point over to Lucas, had a vision of...
I'll be right back. Keep role-playing.
Had a vision of...
We can't. It's like
can't.
he needs to hear it. What a bastard.
You're RPing
I
with someone
must-
who isn't here.
I can't RP without the DM here. I need it. Because it's at the DM. Then I guess the lady kind of like pauses for a second. Do you guys know who this is? Like kind of excited.
Tom
Who is it?
Bombadil.
One of the most
Who is-
powerful beings in Middle Earth.
My dad told me, yeah, he's a pretty fancy wizard. Likes to sing and be jolly a lot.
I think he's more than just a wizard. Nobody knows why he's so powerful, but he just is.
My dad warned me that he loves to sing.
Well, given being that powerful, I think he has the right.
Hip. The right to do literally anything.
I believe I've heard rumors, but just rumors.
She'll look over to Lucas and Diego, since I think they weren't as dirty as they were, like, you know, barks and stuff on their armors wasn't on their armor. Did you guys see what he did? Well, how did he help us?
No. I was asleep.
Deerhound, we started dragging you down by the river, and then Deerhound saw him, waved at him. Tom came to the shore here, and then told Old Man Willow to drink, sink your roots deep in slumber. I guess he told the woods to go back to bed instead of eating you.
That's what I mean. That's his power, I think. Just simply telling whatever was attacking us to just
Tell
go
nature to
back to
bloody
sleep.
fuck off. I simply wish I had the ability to make it stop raining all the damn time.
I think he could. If you wanted to. But maybe it would fall under it would be bad for the trees and plants.
And the
and
natural
flowers.
cycle and all that. But bloody hell, it's hard to clean chainmail.
True enough.
How many vats of oil do you go through a week?
Been out the bleeding woods. You oil it as soon as you go home. I haven't been home for, what, like a month now, it feels like I'm too old.
It's been about a month. Maybe longer.
Matter of fact, I should have robbed Deerhound for all his oil back at the shop.
Another reason I don't wear armor. It's just an inconvenience in the long term. Might save your life, but it's kind of a pain in the ass at times.
That's the one with the big ass helmet on his head. No knock on it.
No smart fit. Well, protect the important bits.
The noggin, huh? Need it for drinking later.
Aye.
Put you back. No.
Hi, YouTube.
Hello. Hello.
He talked to me. He talked to me.
I'm running out of filler RP right now.
I know.
Yeah, no. If we hit our limit, Coots, where are you?
Our limit was like 5 minutes.
Like a bunch of kids. We're zoning out.
Well, it's not like it's just not much else to say because we were talking to Tom Bombadil and then Coots had the AFK, so we had to do some filler.
Who wants to arm us?
Always.
Lenian's good, right?
What do you mean?
Like
You sound very far.
Everyone's good.
Josh, come closer to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put it up. I pointed it away. I'm gonna do better. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Come closer. So Deerhell's gonna sit down, kind of slump over. You could tell that that it took a lot of physical energy trying to drag a Lenian, and probably only got a few feet along the path toward the river as it was before Tom came in and put Old Man Willow to rest. But as you all are talking around, and I think it was Lucas gave kind of a recap about what's going on and what happened to you guys. Deerhell, after taking a few moments to catch his breath, you could see he kind of struggles with his arm, finding some solid, something solid to hold on to before pushing himself back up and getting back into like this I'm ready kind of stance, even though Tom is there. That was close. So I know I'm the guide, but I don't think I've yet asked, what do these orcs really mean to you that we would pursue to perhaps half this company's death?
Well, like I stated before, there could be reinforcements for the ones at the Blue Mountains or on their way there. Better to cut them off now than having to fight a small army of orcs. And we need to stop the orcs from overpowering the dwarves in the Blue Mountains. Given Lucas's vision.
It was a high risk venture for an early advantage in the battle to comes.
Also,
The battles
Elenia
to come.
Yeah, Elena kind of scrunches her eyebrows like, I'm not that heavy.
Deerhill kind of notices and sees Elenian's kind of response, but quickly shifts the subject back. So, what battle are you looking to stave off? The Dunedain have been hunting and fighting orcs around these parts for centuries. You can't be tracking more than a couple dozen or so.
Elenian kind of, I'm part of the Dunedain that hunt these orcs, but yeah, I think I recall stating that we were attacked recently, and many of the northern ranges fell. It's why Aragorn is so in a fit of rage right now in Fort Knoss.
Not only that, we recently encountered some Mordor orcs far north of Mordor, so I think there's some movement going on.
And the dwarves of the Blue Mountains, what gold do they have for you? I've traveled these parts, not much further than where we head now, but they're quite reclusive. Don't look kindly to outsiders.
Well, that's where the elves told us to search, or to come and search for a way to dissuade them from searching for this ring of power that we have at their possession.
Is it just me? Does it seem like all the evil places are becoming restless lately?
I see. Well, everywhere's getting restless if you think about it. Orcs from Mordor up in the north.
The Mirkwood are more dangerous than when I was young.
And the ring rates are running free. Something big is happening, and we're getting caught in the middle of it.
Suppose we can only push forward.
Exactly. Better to at least halt some sort of front of the darkness.
I'm afraid this seems eerily familiar. Back when I was with your father, Lucas, at the same time, over toward Fornos, there was a darkening as well. A darkening of Middle-earth. The elves, these shadow elves, or dark elves, whatever they were called, they rose up and caused quite a stress all the way across from the Blue Mountains to Mordor and further east. I thought those days were behind us. It's a shame.
Apparently somebody either A, didn't stay dead, or B, somebody else took their place.
As it comes, and as it goes.
Seems simple enough to me. The blood of heroes will only buy you so much peace. It will only last so long.
That's true. And it's a terrible thought, given how many brothers and sisters I've lost. No doubt a group of you have your own share as well. When it's times that the areas around Bree are sought and see so much turmoil, so much death and shadow, I almost wish we went to the Shire, if only to see if they have been saved.
I do know that the Shire is one of the more peaceful areas, even with our numbers quelled. They're very hidden away as well.
I think after this journey, with you, with all of your companions, I might go there. I'm too old and too tired for this. The old forest is... He looks around at the trees and all the dangers that are around but not present. What a great example. My time has passed. I would much like to stay in Hobbiton, be free from some of the stress, leave my old life behind.
I can understand that. I think you've earned yourself a rest.
That's almost permission for D-Hell to like sit down on a nearby log. After he was standing almost this ready to go. He didn't want to be the one to slow down the group, but as the conversation turned to more, relaxed and cordial, you could see his demeanor shifts a little bit. Yes. Rest. I don't know if the Dunane know much of the rest.
Elenium chuckles. Isn't that true? And I'm still young.
You think you're young?
So is there something between the two of you? Perhaps?
Huh?
Like, are you talking about me and I?
He makes a gesture between Lucas and Elenium.
No.
For a second, no.
I didn't mean no offense.
No offense taken, just answering the question. She kind of, shakes her head. What? Where did that come from? Kind of expression. But then it's just, we've only met, so.
Well, adventures such as these have ways of bringing people closer.
Well, for now, I like to keep my head on the objective.
Right.
On our goal.
So I always kept letting my dad have all the glory. I'm gonna let him rest for now.
Tell me a story about your dad, Lucas. What happened after he left Fornost? What do you know?
Are we talking the first time or the second time he left Fornost?
Oh, the second. I didn't know he came back.
Came back and there was another guy there. I can't remember. What was his name? Grimhelm, are you there?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a history check to see if I remember your other character's name.
Okay. Do you want me to make the DC?
Sure.
Does a 7 beat it?
I rolled an 11.
Well, touche.
I mean, I wouldn't know how to qualify the DC. I mean, I think they would all be really well known. So
Yeah, I would think in
Yeah,
these
he was
parts.
He was from Lake Town, wasn't he? Your character?
no, he was from Dale.
Oh, Dale. Yeah, that's right. He was from Dale. We
He
met
was
the
a
yeah, we
Barney.
met the king and everything.
He was like
Yeah.
he was pretty close to the king, at least to the king's son and the king. Yeah, he's like the champion of Dale, pretty much. His name was Sigurd, son of
Oh
Storm.
yeah, Sigurd, son of.
Storm? Strong?
Here, I'll type it in.
Thought it was like store or something like that. ST. Yeah, ST.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, my dad wanted to, finish out his days there. He went back. They cleaned the place up. Him and one of his companions on the same venture like this. The guy came from. Where'd he come from? Not that it matters too much, but Dale. Yeah, he was a champion of Dale. And they fought in Fornost, kept it clear for a while. And I think Sigurd, since he was a human, he was laid to rest first, which wasn't really that far off from me there.
There was an elf too. Your dad and her. She wasn't your mother, was she?
No. What was her name? Started with an H.
Yes.
Hallian?
Holithan?
Something or the other.
Yes.
Lots of these stories that my dad was telling me, I was literally just swinging a sword back and forth until I pretty much collapsed, and then I could actually focus on them. But there was another one. They were getting chased by leagues and hordes of monsters down into a forge. I think they were actually somewhere in Mordor, and I think they crafted something. They had these he said they were like shards, like metal shards, and they forged it back into something. I think it was a sword they ended up making. I never got the name of that one.
That's right. They were going west for a sword, I believe. That's why they were going to the Blue Mountains when they left me.
Ah, that's it. Yeah.
Apologies, I'm back.
Oh, quite a small place, Middle-earth is.
You're good.
Okay.
Welcome
So-
back, sir.
Hopefully I get my own story someday, but I am now. Write them as I walk.
Indeed. Well, you can write this one down. The day you almost saved your companions from a tree.
That'll go perfect. Next to going into an Elven city and burning a ring wraith. What are they, a Nazgul?
Yeah, that should be your first. Lead with that one.
So I'll start with the Nazgul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed.
Chased by 3.
4,
Tom
right?
Bombadil kind of looks at all of you just like as you all role play, and this. Are all of you okay? I'm not quite sure what we're speaking. Would you like to go back to my home and have some food?
Certainly.
I'm sure Goldberry's put on the best.
Deerhill kind of defers to the rest of the party. As the guide, he gives this unspoken gesture toward the trail a little. You can see it kind of in his posture, but leans back.
Yeah, Lanyan shoots back like a gesture. It's like you don't want to deny him an invitation.
I've heard that's a bad idea.
From what you could tell from the trail, the orcs stopped here, and there's no more trail.
Wait a minute, this is where Dather found the weapons, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's where Elenian found the one.
Oh, the Elenian, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait, you told the group about this, yeah? The weapons on the shore?
Yeah, she pointed at the weapons, and then we started
know-
getting almost eaten.
I think the trees might have solved a little bit of our green problem.
Some of it, but
I
I'm
do believe they
assuming
have.
and there may be more.
Oh, I believe Old Man Willow showed them what they do when they tillow and billow around the old forest hither without a thought of the willow.
I guess we almost got a taste of that too. Apologies.
Oh, there is nothing to apologize for.
Tom,
Yes.
my dad says you sing good songs. You gonna sing us one?
You see him just cheerfully light up, and he's like, "Follow me, and I shall sing you a song." And he
One
starts.
for the book.
He
One
seems
for the
to
book.
really start skipping along, and he just goes, "Old Tom is a merry fellow, bright blue his jacket is, and his boots are yellow. None's ever caught him yet, for Tom, he is the master. His songs are stronger songs, and his feet are faster."
The Lennian just kind of smiles as they walk.
And eventually you arrive at the small hut. It's very quaint. There's a lot of flowers outside of it. There's a single solitary wooden door before it, and he goes up to the door and he turns it and he says, "I welcome all of you in. Feel free to take a seat, and we shall get you some food shortly."
One second. Yeah, Elena walks in, kind of bows to Tom, and goes to sit down. She kind of puts her sword to the side.
Uriel, before entering, is going to take his sword and bow and set them down outside next to the doorway,
Alright.
and then enter.
As all of you enter this house, who here has seen Doctor Who?
Me?
I have.
No.
The inside of
Yes.
this house appears bigger on the inside. Like, the
No.
outside it's a small little area, the inside it seems grander, although while still simplistic.
Yeah, Lady's kind of like, what a beautiful house.
And inside, you notice there is a woman, a long strand of golden blonde hair, elvish. It's kind of sitting there just humming along, and he's, "Oh, my Goldberry! We have brought travelers from afar. They wish to dine with us tonight." And she kind of says, "It is nice to meet all of you. If you would all be so kind as to take a seat, I'll bring food out to you shortly."
William nods.
Thank you, good lady.
Slightly, taking a seat. Sorry.
You're good.
Deerhill kind of struggles. He moves over toward the table and struggles to pull the chair back with his right arm. It kind of knocks into his hilt of his sword, and he shifts before finally sliding into the chair.
Alright, also make sure to
I
bring your
know.
mic up some.
Elena will kind of get up from her seat and try to help Daryl. Let me give you a hand.
He shifts in the seat as Lenian helps out. Almost try not to be embarrassed by it.
Tom kind of wanders over and looks at you. "There's no reason to be ashamed. A single arm gone does not mean your legs have fallen."
Not yet, Master Tom. Not yet.
So, eventually a large tray of different vegetables, honey, bread, stuff like that is all laid before you. It's a large feast, however, you spot no meat among it. And, Tom begins eating and looks Goldberry. "You always make the best food, my dear." And she sits down next to Tom and she begins eating as well. "So, what if you have any questions?"
I don't know if Elena should just open up with like just what are orcs at? No, Elena kind of, settled down in her seat and begins eating a bit of the food. And then just once he asks the question, or makes a statement, she how long have you and your wife been here?
Goldberry's been here for some time. I've been here since before the trees.
Wow.
For I am their shepherd.
Elenian eyes when kind of leaving it open for everyone else to ask questions.
If you all can't tell, I'm a giant Tom Bombadil fan, for those of you who read the books.
Lord of the Rings needs one OP guy.
Could have sworn he was like a self-insert.
No, Tom Bombadil is literally like a god. He's basically God. Like he might be a self-insert from Tolkien, but I love Tom Bombadil.
What was it from the book? He was here before the rain and before the trees. He
Yep.
was before the first drop.
He was before
the first
everything.
leaf.
So, God, essentially.
Yes.
Yes.
It's unknown what he actually is.
Yep.
Human, elf, otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
His wife, however, is an elf.
yeah.
I believe one of the first elves as well.
Yes.
Oh, who? Goldberry?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I thought Goldberry was Lady of the Water. She was like
No,
a,
Goldberry
a
is the
fairy.
Lady of the Water, but no, she is an elf. She came to Tom at around. We're going to lore. Sorry, everybody. She came to Tom about 6,000 years prior to when Frodo and all of them met her. She was technically like how Galadriel is the master of Lorien. She's the master of the waters that was bestowed upon her by Tom Bombadil. So she controls the water flow through the Brandywine and other rivers as well. But she actually is 100% an elf. She's one of the original elves. If I'm wrong, fact check me and tell me I'm wrong, because I sometimes I might be wrong, but from what I understand, that's what she is.
I believe you. I believe you. I didn't know. As out of characterly, as the guest, and this being my last episode, I'm sorry, I'm deploying. I'm just deferring to everyone else to ask questions.
Yeah, that's why. Because I usually kind of take the forefront on these, so I kind of don't want to talk too much.
Oh, you're good. Everybody else talks, you can talk.
How did
What
it
can you tell
come? How did it come that the trees of the forest can move?
The trees of the forest are more alive than other forests. This area where I live, I tend to them the most, even though I must get around to other forests sometime, as I do. These trees are more alive than others. They once held dear other trees as their wives until they decided to come here. That's me the recent night with that. Your question, Grimhelm?
What can you tell us about the Blue Mountains?
Oh, the Blue Mountains, yes. They home to the dwarves. It's a beautiful place. You can see the seas. See off to the far wests. There's a beautiful little forest there, full of different asps and embers and pines. Quite a lovely little nook out of the world.
And Master Tom, we were pursuing some orcs through the old forest, hoping to make some headway. rather than going around through Hobbiton. We lost their trail at the big tree. Do you know much of trespassers in the forest?
I trust in old Tom Willow has made the stench go near in Willow. We have not smelled them in some time hither yet. They must be sunken beneath the old willow itself.
Well, that answers that.
As far as we know, they were on their way to the Blue Mountains. I wonder what it is that caused them to.
I would
Head
have
that
no sense of any idea. I do not trouble myself with the events outside of my forest and the other forests around this plain.
Millennium kind of like loosely answered. Oh, I was going to ask if you know about Hobbiton, if they're okay.
I know that they enjoy their merriment and their feasting. They are quite happy. I do not expect anything has passed through with your kind protecting them, and with my forest being a keeper of evil at bay. I believe they are perfectly content.
That's good to hear. At least they're keeping their peace.
As of late, the Mirkwood is becoming more and more restless. Is there anything we can do about that?
Have you heard of the life cycle of a tree?
I have not.
A nut or acorn may fall into the forest, growing into a mighty tree. Sometimes trees must perish, and others must be reborn. Everything that is currently happening there will pass. It just takes a little time.
Elena kind of takes in the wisdom.
Yourselves have reborn yourselves. You are not the same person you were the day before, or the day before that, because you have learned and you have grown your roots deeper into the ground.
Elena kind of like quiets down for a second, kind of closes her eyes, and she'll look towards Tom Bombadil. Do you know of my family, by chance?
I'm sorry, my dear. I do not know many who travel outside of my forest. Mostly me and Goldberry and Old Man Willow.
Okay. Well, it's just something's been on my mind, but I suppose I can ask someone else. No worries.
When's the last time you've had visitors, Master Tom?
Oh, it's been some time if you exclude the orcs. I'd say probably... I don't know. How long would you say, Goldberry? And she kind of like smiles. It was about 100 years ago. Or less. I can't quite recall. And he kind of looks around. Oh no! There was another group that came through here. A dwarf, a Dunedain, and... oh, what else was there? An elf and another thing. They all came through here. It was a female. I don't remember what she was, though. Came through. We met with them. I don't recall their names, but I do remember that. That was not too long ago, actually.
Let me guess. 20 years?
About, I would say. Why do you chuckle?
My dad was the last one to visit you.
Oh, well, it does not pass weirdly for me, where a blink of the eye is a lifetime for you. Also, I forgot to mention, is everybody eating the food made by Goldberry?
I mean, Elena
Yes.
said she was
Yes.
just idly while they're talking.
Yes.
This idly nomin.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, everybody, congratulations. If you do not have inspiration, you currently get inspiration from eating Goldberry's food. And you gain 15 temporary hit points.
Oh,
Double.
Do I lose my temporary shadow point that I somehow have?
No.
Oh.
Still sad. The big sad.
Can't fix your darkness. Who was the other one that had darkness? Oh, it was Uriel, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Gotta stay clean, guys.
Gotta stay clean. So, if you all would like, we do have a few rooms here all of you can bed down in for the night, and then in the morning I could accompany you, and I can show you the way across the river.
That would be quite pleasant. Thank
Kind
you, Tom.
of turns almost knowing. My dear friend, looking at Duriel, would you rather them pass through Hobbiton or pass to the south?
Master Tom, there's no doubt that Hobbiton would be much more welcoming. And considering that our marks of the orcs have been seemingly taken care of, he kind of looks around to the group for some sort of visual.
Come closer.
Yeah, you're far.
No, wait.
But,
It's in
Eleni
the same
and,
spot.
I don't know. I'm using a razor. They're weird. But Eleni kind of. No, it's like I wouldn't mind visiting Hobbiton. It would be nice to go to a little haven in the Shire.
It would be nice for your dwarf companion to feel tall for once.
That too.
Oh.
Oh.
I do believe that the hobbits of Hobbiton would be most welcoming compared to the downs and the overlands on the way to the Blue Mountains. Perhaps
Indeed.
we could make up some time for the road.
And do not concern yourself with the far downs. Hobbits have made their way there. Just the one south of us is the one that must be avoided. You could easily trek them to the Blue Mountains, and you can return back to your followers, tending to iron and steel.
Perhaps, Mr. Tom. I think, though, I might personally like to visit Hobbiton.
Very well. All of you, I bid you adieu, and sleep. And when he says that, all of you, you don't like, it's not like only before you pass out, but you immediately, you feel like a warm kind of, it's time for bed, I should probably go to sleep.
Elaine's like, you're right.
Thank you
Where's
for
the
your-
nearest room?
He kind of like stands all of you up and shows you each to an individual room. It's a small bed, like it's not like your feet are dangling at the edge, but it's just enough to fit you. It's a small like little chamber, almost like a guest bed, and there's enough for all of you to go sleep in. And he kind of like looks in each one in the room. Sleep well. Do not dream of what may yet to come. Dream of what is past. Let your heart be filled with merriment and not dread within inside. We do not know what holds us dear.
Elaine kind of just drifts to sleep after hearing that.
And all of you sleep, and everybody can erase one shadow point for sleeping in the house of Tom Bombadil. I do have to say, even though I love Tom Bombadil, I still have to say I think Josh's impression of Tom Bombadil is my favorite so far.
Yep.
Yo.
Josh doesn't mean
Here.
Tom Bombadil.
Give me a taste. Give me a taste.
Well, the thing about Josh is he doesn't voice act with it, but he has the rhythm of Tom Bombadil,
Oh.
which made me giddy as a little schoolboy. Alright, all of you wake up the next morning. You all feel well rested. You wake. Goldberry has laid out breakfast, and you notice he's outside the window tending to the garden. And Tom Bombadil, is sitting in a chair, just kind of eating food and smoking a pipe.
Elaine would kind of sit down to eat breakfast, but kind of join Tom with her own pipe. Have any to spare?
Oh!
She kind of chuckles.
He kind of leans forward and grabs some pipe tobacco, puts it in, and he reaches it over to the fire and lights it, gives it back to you.
Thank you. She takes like a deep. puff of it. She kind of like holds it around, see if anybody else wants some. This is for
Uriel
sharing, you know.
approach and take a puff.
All right. It's a very calming. It feels very, very nice tobacco. You get a +1 bonus to a random skill check. Put it in the miscellaneous. You get to add a +1 to any skill permanently from smoking Bombadil's pipeweed.
Smoking with Tom Bombadil. Is that what it's gonna
Tom
be called?
Bombadil.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell Bombadil?
TOMBOMB. Hang on, Jesus. TOMBOMBADIL.
Finish up
Yep.
and then join you guys outside. Lucas is still just like jaw dropped, just looking around. He's like this.
It's beautiful. Like, from this terrifyingness of the forest, this area is beautiful. There's birds singing. There's Goldberry kind of humming to the side. You hear the soft flowing of water. It's very peaceful.
It's a +1 to what? Sorry.
To any skill you choose, you add it to one skill. You add a 1 in the miscellaneous.
Yo, that's crazy.
Remember, kids, role-playing helps.
Sorry, I'm typing it in.
You're good.
And then fucking DM kicks in, and then homebrewing DM kicks in, and I have to write it out as like actually rules written.
It looked like those filler moments. That was good stuff. Like it just comes back. He's like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy.
Oh yeah, we were just filler.
Yeah, we were going for like a good
I'm
20
gonna
minutes.
have to listen to that.
Because you like
It's hardcore
left, and then I was going to continue what I was saying, but then
Tom Bob was like, ah!
No, Dan told me, he's like, you can't. And I'm like, no, I can't. I can't RP.
Yeah, you were literally like,
the
continue
wind.
RPing. It's like, wait a minute, the fucking Tom just zoned out.
Tom was looking at some squirrels. But yeah, no. Then we just kind of went into
Flame was
filler,
talking,
RP,
Grim
yeah.
talk, Darehell talk.
Oh man, I can finally get this to 20. Hell yeah.
Alright, once all of you are finished eating, since we only have 2 RPers right now, Tom Bombadil will look all of you and feed all your horses an apple and say, very well, off we go then.
I don't know if by this point, but he would have seen that horse as well. I think that's true.
Yes, yes it is.
Hmm.
So, also, everybody add this to your notes. If you ever lose your horse, there is a 50% chance it'll return to Tom Bombadil now. So if you ever lose your horses, you can go back to Tom.
Oh,
Would
wow.
we remember where Tom is from now on?
You're gonna have to enter the old forest and try to find him. Because
Okay.
his house doesn't seem to stay in the same place. Am I correct in that, Josh and Larry, or am I going nuts? Because I believe his house, like, randomly goes different areas.
So,
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. It's not necessarily that it goes different places, but it's more that you can't get there unless you're invited,
Mhm.
almost, unless he like
Yeah.
brings you. And in that sense, yeah, I think it's a lot like what you're saying. It's like
Yeah, you can't find it unless you need something.
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
so if the horse is lost. Oh, okay. Yeah, with a 50% chance to go back to Tom.
Sorry, I'm back.
Would Tom even feed mine?
Oh, yeah, Tom takes care of all animals.
Okay. I'll just make sure because of the apple thing. I didn't know if it was like specifically the apple thing.
No, it's just him taking care of animals. The animals are like, this dude's cool. If we ever get lost, we're coming back here.
Like
Not
my
back
horse
to our
has been
owners.
to Mordor and back.
As that's where Bill went. Bill, the pony that Sam had. That's where Bill went back to. Well, the
All the
pony.
way back.
Awesome. Tom's
All
place.
the way to back to Tom.
Uh huh. From
That's cool.
Moria.
Here's a short adventure with my horse. And let me show you here. Went over here. Went over here. Went way the fuck over there. Went back like over here. Went over here.
You
Somewhere
missed,
like a,
you missed a very important
here.
part right here.
yeah, way over there.
Bro, your horse. How's it?
Yeah. It's a, you should introduce yourself to my horse.
All right, and you all start traveling with Tom, and you all seem to arrive at the Brandywine Bridge in like a time that does not make sense. Like you get there super quick, and
And he's like, how? She's starting to question. It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna even question it.
and whenever he stops, he kind of looks at you and it's Tom's country ends here. He will not pass the borders. Tom has his house in mind, and Goldberry is waiting.
Deer Hill kind of turns toward Tom and bends at the waist with a bow, with his right arm going in front of his waist and the left noticeably absent, but still in a gracious pose.
He graciously bows back and wanders back in the forest, and he just fucking disappears in the old forest. You guys are now at the
Thank-
Brandywine Bridge.
But
Thank
yeah,
you,
Lenian
Master
would
Tom.
also like thank him for the hospitality and then
Yeah.
bow as well.
He would just kind of tip his hat, wink, and off he goes.
Oof.
Oh,
He just
well,
steps
that was
behind the
something.
tree and he's going.
What
I
just
feel-
happened? I don't
lady-
understand.
The
Lenian's just
legend of Batman has begun.
yeah.
Yes.
Lenian's just like, well, I feel refreshed.
Hey,
Feel great.
Something like that.
this is the
slap
best
I've had
I've
since.
this is
Yeah.
the best I've ever felt.
Same here.
That pipe weed was very interesting. Oh, whichever one he was using.
Did you snag more of it?
No, I
Shit.
don't want to be greedy. Should have had some.
I was too busy with breakfast.
can
Everything
do
they
both.
had, everything he had was normal, but it was all good.
Hey, it's normal food can be just good. Oh, place where we. One second. Fuck, how do I respond to that?
/GM space.
Okay.
I'm sorry, /W space GM space message. And do what Dan used to do. Gaia.
Now that fever dream is over.
Fever dream. That was wonderful.
Fever dream. What?
It was a proper.
You've never had a proper fever dream?
Oh, I have. I'm still young. I get them all the time.
They're
Well,
really
then
happy
it-
most of the time.
Ellie's like, well, I spend most of my time in the north, so I don't really get too sick. I don't know.
Durhill, as you look, you do notice that there is a single man who is sleeping on top of a barrel guarding Brandywine Bridge.
It's a very good guard. She says jokingly.
In D&D, normal D&D, I would have stolen his shoes. Specifically just his shoes.
If it was D&D, you can do that. No repercussions.
It is like 8 a.m. Like, you guys took 2 hours to go from Tom Bombadil's house to this point.
How? I'm still questioning how we got through the forest so quickly, but it is.
I'm still thinking it's a whole new day.
But let us, I guess since the orcs that we were tracking have been taken care of, we could just stop by Hobbiton. It's on the way.
At this point, it is. We can walk through on our way to the Shire. Is everyone ready? It seems to be a good time of the day.
I'm ready.
Do it.
Ready as I could ever be.
Could use another night of peace, that's for certain.
You all cross the Brandywine Bridge. The person is still passed out, and as you enter this area, you notice that little children are running up to you. So these children are beyond little, like they're like maybe a foot tall. After you get about maybe a little bit in, it's kind of like watching you from a distance, and you notice there's one man kind of riding on a cart with a when I say man, he's very very small, about 3 feet tall, riding on a cart with a pony with a bunch of food in the back. He kind of stops along the road. Where are you off to?
To visit Hobbiton.
Deerhill
Alright.
nods with that response and then kind of points off along the road. Yes, toward the Shire.
Alright. Wait 1 second.
I keep saying Hobbiton, sorry, it's Hobbiton.
You're good. Hobbiton. He kind of looks at you and just kind of looks at you. Just remember, if any of you do anything rude, I know who you are.
Is
Don't
that the guard? Is that the watchman? that
No,
you were
this
talking
is this is a hobbit that's just riding down the road with a whole bunch of fresh produce in the back with a donkey. Well, not a donkey, but a pony carrying his wagon.
Eleni kind of smiles at the... I know the rules, don't worry.
Looking in the back of his cart, do I see any long bottom leaf?
No, actually, you do not.
Oh.
But I think you know who this is.
Farmer Maggot.
Yep, it's Farmer Maggot.
Hmm.
So you notice that the area he's coming from is a very tall house that is above ground, unlike some of the other houses you've seen, and it's very delicately placed in. And you notice there's a hobbit kind of running around, very small, looks like maybe still in its youth compared to like what this one is. This guy goes, "Hey! Brandybuck, come up here, help me out." And you see the small hobbit climb up, and just kind of sits there and looks at all of you, just kind of waves.
Oh yeah, and waves back. Real smile.
Introduce yourself, don't be rude. He kind of stands up and just kind of like bows really childlike. And, my name is Marion Brandybuck.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I really have to go help Farmer Maggot with the rest of the produce, if you don't mind.
On your way.
And they ride back off on the road to the farm. As you continue, you enter this area of rolling hills with doors cut into these mountains with small windows. You see all these people are 3 feet tall. They are not very big, but these things have a very hearty appetite. You notice there's a lot of them kind of sitting out eating. There's a few of them kind of running around tending to gardens. It seems very, very peaceful. And yet, all of you notice you're getting some very, very dirty looks.
Elaine is like, they're not used to seeing big folk. That's, I think they
How
call
am I
it.
supposed to say hi to them all?
Hill, you're the guy leading them, so if you want
to... who's the closest to us? Like, the closest hobbit?
So you see one kind of a stout, roundish hobbit, kind of a cleanly shaved with his hair kind of parted back, grays forming in it. Just kind of looks at you. It's kind of as you pass his house. It's kind of scowling at all of you.
So I kind of look back at the company and then stand up a little bit straighter, like giving myself an official presence, and then turn over toward the nearest hobbit and walk over, kind of run my right hand through my beard a little bit, trying to straighten, patting it down before I get over to the hobbit. Good morrow, sir. Please excuse our intrusion. We are just passing through, and we were curious what news of the Shire. Is there anything going on? We might make some rest here, perhaps?
He kind of stares you down with this very angry face, kind of like the rest of you. He's like, I'm not fond of dwarves. They were here not too long ago. They keep going up to the Baggins home. The rest of you, I haven't seen you lot in a long time. Not since I've went to Bree. Not too fond of you. You're not one of them wizards like that Gandalf one, causing mischiefs and disturbing the peace, are you?
Elaine, can I roll something to recall if I remember Gandalf?
You sure can.
Should.
That's gonna be a do that a intelligence check.
With advantage or no?
With advantage, yeah. It's fucking Gandalf.
I think he does.
He passes through Hobbiton a lot.
I also believe that Uriel would have met him.
Yeah.
One point
I
or
know.
another.
You know of him, Gandalf, yeah.
Oh, Gandalf's been around here recently?
Not recently, thankfully. He's been gone some time.
Oh, nothing to worry, Master.
Proud feet.
Master Proud Feet. You are in good company, and good company comes with you. You have a number of Dunedain here, rangers, who guard the Shire. The outskirts.
Eleni kind of like widens her eyes, like, what? Kind of give it like, why are you saying that?
As long as you don't cause mischief, it's fine. But if you cause mischief, you have a whole uprising on your hands.
Would never want to disturb the peace.
Yeah.
You can continue, Dario. Sorry.
No, I'm fine. Oh. Sorry.
Sorry. So, Mr. Master Proudfeet, to the closest tavern? I don't know what we would call it. Sorry, I don't think they call them taverns, but whatever.
Be the Green Dragon. Head on inside the city. However, they're probably not going to have beds accommodable to all of you, except for maybe the dwarf.
Quite alright.
Deerhill kind of turns around back toward the company, gesturing along toward the direction that the Hobbit had mentioned. You can all kind of see a difference almost in his demeanor, like it's something he's been looking forward to.
Eleni kind of smiles at the demeanor. He says, "Good to see you in good spirits."
Well, if it weren't for the warm reception that we've had, what a pleasant place.
And it's just like, well, I think I remember hearing that they're a little not receptive to big folk, as I keep saying, in Hobbiton. But once you get to know them, yeah, they're very kind people. At least the ones that I've met in Bree.
Oh, same. I've met quite a few. In and they seem to like their food, which I can get behind. How about we make our way to the Green Dragon?
It's fine to me.
Sounds good.
Well, kind of trail off, and he just kind of watches all of you as you walk down the path on your horses. Eventually, you arrive in this bustling town. Hobbits merrily eating, drinking. All the ladies kind of stop and watch all of you walk in. You see this. Sorry, you see a hillside. It's very, very supplanted with a large door. When I say large, it's about maybe 5 feet tall, so literally you have to crouch down to fit inside. It says the Green Dragon on the outside of it.
Eleni kind of looks at the bar's names like, I wonder why it was named that. Be a good
So,
story to hear.
out of character, I was just about to say the exact same thing.
The reason why it's called the Green Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason it's called the Green Dragon is originally whenever the
No,
hobbits...
RP.
Oh, RP.
leave it for RP.
Alright. Then ask an NPC.
It was one of the questions I was gonna ask.
You notice that
Character.
the railway kind of leading outside where you can stable your horses are just lined with ponies or like very small creatures, and your horses are just huge compared to all these things you're tying up your horses.
Got him.
Oh, Elaine's like, well, I think we should have left them at the entrance, but we're here now.
It's fine. They'll warm up to us, right?
Oh, I'm sure the horses will make friends.
I'm sure
Oh.
they'll be friendly with the ponies.
I'll make sure to double my lead when I tie up my horse.
Alright.
Elaine will kind of go up to her horse, just kind of like giggle a little bit. She says in Elvish, like, behave.
Grimhelm spends a bit of time with his horse, and his esquire does the same with their horse. Because they spend quite a bit of time just, making sure everything's fast and secured, and, just feeding them extra. Whatever they have available, grains, sugar cubes, whatever. And they just kind of have a small conversation with them, silently, and then they would take off with the rest of the party.
As she's leaving her horse, Eleni leaves her weapons on the horse. Being that this is a peaceful town, she doesn't really want to make the hobbit uncomfortable with her weapons.
Okay.
Uriel will do the same.
Alright.
Know how I feel about doing that.
They're hobbits. We'll be fine.
I'll specifically start talking to my horse goods. Just be like,
Okay.
right, I'm gonna actually leave these with you as little as I want to. Just don't let anybody muck with them, alright?
No,
Doesn't even flap. Go ahead.
Sorry. Eleni just kind of goes to the entrance of the tavern and just kind of. I'm assuming it's very short.
It is
So-
about 5 foot tall
so-
door.
So she leans down, doing the Gandalf thing.
Alright. You enter in and and you roll me a dexterity saving throw as you enter inside the Green Dragon.
That's fair. And that's perfect. That's exactly what I expected.
As you enter inside, you walk in and boom, you hit your head on a pillar that's kind of standing up, and you notice that you're gonna have to scoot down even a little bit further. You take 1 point of damage, so you lose 1 point of temporary hit points.
Eleni's just like, ow.
I definitely have to duck under this door. I'm 6'2".
You hear a lot of laughter just kind of come from all the hobbits kind of gather around drinking. Just ha ha ha!
I know Elenian would laugh too with them. Wasn't made for this.
You hear one hobbit in the back. You're joking!
That's where you wear a helmet.
Oh, hush.
Oh god, it's the Dark Souls ladder meme.
Deerhell kind of walks up behind Elenian with his right hand on her back as she makes her way for the second time through the door. I thought you were a ranger of these parts.
I'm not a hobbit.
That we can tell.
Oh, the
She-
one, but my
she
dad taught me to
chuckles.
duck, at least.
Well,
And then
you'll,
she kind of like, oops, sorry.
while you'll enter in, the bartender kind of looks at you. We have some larger seats outside if you want to go outside or bring drinks out there too. You only got a few patrons out there anyways.
Deerhell looks back at the bartender who shouts at him. No, we'll make it in.
Alright, whatever you decide to do, that's your choice.
Deerhell also looks, as he comes around the side of Elenian, looks at Elenian's forehead to see if there's any sort of bump or anything.
There's a red mark going across her
It's a red
face.
mark. It's nothing.
It's a mark, you got to say.
My first mark in somewhere way smaller than I'm used to.
Dather, by the way, you walk in perfectly fine.
It's not a bad look for you.
Would have been better if it was a proper scar. She laughs.
I'll keep your secret.
So these
Oh, me
tables, if you sit down in them, are going to be about barely knee height.
I was gonna.
No,
Push the-
Eleni. Sorry. You go.
Yeah. Uriel was gonna push the chair to the side and then sit cross-legged at the table.
Okay.
Eleni would
Yeah.
also kind of sit crisscross on the ground.
Lucas would
Kinda
just like
s-
sit on his.
Are we by a wall?
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, Grimhelm's just gonna sit against the wall and like lean his back against the wall.
Oh fuck it, yeah, wall sitting, wall gang.
Learned this old trick a long time ago.
And then Eleni looks around in the bars, kind of see how bustling it is.
It's pretty bustling. There's a lot of houses here for, like, midday.
What trick? Being lazy and sitting on your ass.
Yes, but comfortably.
Comfortably, lazily sitting on your ass.
Aye. I wouldn't call it lazy. I think we've made good progress. Doesn't hurt to sit down once in a while.
Dather, you're entering inside the Green Dragon, and you're the only person who can walk inside the Hobbit Tavern fine without bumping your head.
Perfect. Did anyone bump their head?
Yes, Elenian did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I rolled a nat 1 on my dexterity. Eleni kind of calms down. It's like, how's everybody doing today?
To all the hobbits.
Yeah, to the hobbits.
You notice most of them just like, we're good. We're just having a nice drink in the Green Dragon. There's one woman in the background is kind of watching you, kind of like swiveling around a little cup, kind of drinking softly with the wine, just kind of staring at all of you. And she stands up. She's in a very fine dress, walks over to all of you, and kind of bows. Who are all of you?
I'm trying to think if Eleni uses her real name or not.
My name is Uriel Doman.
Grimhelm of the Westfold have come from the far south. My company here. I've come to check out your small abode here. It's quite something.
Oh, for you it might seem small, but for us it is quite large. I am Camilla Sackville Baggins.
I heard something about a Baggins. Have you had a lot of dwarves in your residence?
Yes, that would be someone who is related to my husband's part of the family, who, by all those purposes, should be dead by now. His name is Bilbo Baggins.
What a
Can I roll
common name.
something if I recall the name?
You sure can roll. Actually, everybody who wants to learn about this, roll me a history check. Dather, you get history with advantage. Your DC is 10, everybody else's DC is 15.
Okay,
Nat
history
one.
Yep,
with advantage?
with advantage.
Yeah, because I was there. History.
Oof.
Never heard of him.
Fool. It's Bilbo Baggins. Everybody's heard of Bilbo.
Alright, so Lucas, Selenian, and Dather, you three know about Bilbo Baggins.
How's Bilbo been doing?
He's been hiding out in his home that should be rightfully ours, sitting and bringing dwarves into the Shire and bringing that fellow Gandalf here constantly, and we deserve the rights to that house. It belongs to us.
Have you taken it
Why
up
don't
with
you
him?
own it?
What?
Because he's still alive. He's
Well.
pushing 90. He still doesn't
How
look
long does
older
that-
than 50. You know,
how many
hobbits
times?
live about normal human lives.
Well, it's a long age.
Guess he is doing better film stuff.
And we know he sits below the riches that he had when he ventured out there with the dwarves.
Eleni looks over to Dather. Do you recall Bilbo?
Ah, yes! He was at the Battle of the Five Armies.
No. You've seen him?
Yes, I have.
Wouldn't be too bad to visit him. Maybe we can take up your complaints. Kinda says with a smile.
I'm sure he would be happy to see a dwarf again.
That would be lovely. If you all could please bring him to mind of dying, that would be wonderful. She kind of walks away.
I'll kind of hint at it. Eleni, like, out of character. Eleni just did that just to kind of, like, get on her good side.
All of a sudden, the hobbits begin chanting, "Contest! Contest! Contest!" And the bartender kind of, all right, everybody calm down, we'll have the contest. Kind of walks over to all of you. So, we have one bed accommodable for you large folk. What I'd like to do is have all of you enter a contest outside. Would you be willing?
Sure, what's the contest?
Always.
Oh, it's not going to tell you to go outside to agree to it.
Oh?
Certainly. Grimhell gets up.
It's a Hobbit classic.
Sounds like fun.
I'm gonna do what Kuva just said, but how I imagined in my head. That
Deerhell kind of.
get up.
Deerhell kind of. What's in? He says, "Would I be at disadvantage, Master Hobbit?"
Oh no!
Looks toward his arm.
One arm or two would do just fine. It's not the arms that you really need to worry about.
Oh, interesting. Elenian hesitates to get up. You guys go first. I'll try to follow.
Alright.
Uriel, being very curious about this, will go ahead and head outside.
Alright, everybody going to do the challenge. Put a C in chat. Everybody who's spectating, put an S in chat. Everybody. Oh, we still
What
need.
question is that?
We still need one more person to do it. Oh, is Josh gonna compete or is Josh gonna spectate? Joshua? Durhel?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Are you going to participate or are you gonna spectate?
I'll participate.
Alright. All of you crawl outside and you're led to two tables. You take a seat. It's basically 2 and 2, 2 and 2, and then 2 and 2. For actually, there's 3 tables. Oh, 2 tables. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. So 4 of you are at one table, 2 of you are at another table, and they say, For this year's challenge, we're gonna introduce, instead of the blueberry like we did last year, introduce the apple this time. And you see they all bring out a whole shitload of pies on a cart. This is an old Hobbit classic. Whoever can eat the most pies gets the big room.
The big room.
Oh,
Oh boy.
So
easy enough.
they lay a pie before you. Mind you, these pies, even though these people are short, are the normal sized pies you all eat. Apparently hobbits eat a lot. And you all have to pass a constitution check. Each pie will raise in the difficulty for the constitution. The last standing wins the big room. So, without further ado, everybody roll me a constitution check. Oh, sorry, constitution check.
Check.
Oh
Yep,
god.
check. You have inspiration if you want to use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Alright,
Yeah, same.
alright.
Eleni just here for
20,
fun,
let's
so no.
Alright.
Nat 20, do something. Nat 20, do something.
Good news. All of you passed the DC 5 check.
Oh.
Good.
Alright. Another pie is laid before you. These pies are delicious, by the way, but they are very filling. So now, for the next constitution check, everybody roll me another con check after I do... Hang on, that one does
Oh.
not count.
Okay.
After this one. Alright, now everybody roll con checks.
Lucky you.
Got my second win.
Bitch.
Everybody passes that second pie eating contest. You're getting full, though. Third pie is brought out. Constitution check.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. Fuck this. She was only here to have fun.
So you're not gonna use your inspiration?
Inspiration.
No, I'm not. I'd rather save it for something else.
Fuck.
Alright.
Because Eleni and Kaina is just like, I can sleep outside.
You get, so some of you are just like, you get to the third pie, you're like, I can't, and so remainder is Deerhell, Lucas, and Dather. You three roll me a constitution check.
Holy shit! I'll use my inspiration. Fuck it. YOLO.
Oh, I don't think 16's gonna make it.
No, that's not
I'm
gonna
gonna
make
use
it.
my inspiration.
The fuck?
I still hate that inspiration.
Oh,
All-
that was
all the
almost
hobbits kind of, oh, this is less than we can eat. And you notice that the person who eats the most of the last pie is Deerhell. You get the big room.
I throw up my right arm up into the air and I got pie all over my face. I'm like, oh, why have I waited so long to come here?
Elenian's like laughs at like the reactions, like beaten by an old man. She looks over to the other ones.
Grimhelm
Expected
kind of
better.
chuckles. And he looks
My
towards
dad
you.
was
Hale.
60 when he played this. This isn't fair.
They then
That
bring
break
out
from adventuring you spent practicing your eating habits, I see.
celebratory kegs of Hobbit ale, and they go, now for the next challenge. For those of you who want to participate, if you want to participate, put C. If you want to spectate, put S.
Oh,
Eleni's
now this is a challenge.
Eleni's just like, does this involve eating?
it
Deerhell
does
kind
not
of waves
involve
off.
Lucas will stand up and kind of like stretch himself out, rub the stomach, kind of, you gotta work it in.
And Eleni's
Shake a
like,
leg out,
sure.
Lucas. Shake a leg out.
As soon as you accept it, this one involves drinking.
Ah,
Ah,
Grimhelm looks
you
at
got me
Lucas.
there, Hobbit.
Young man, I might be able to teach you a thing or two about drinking.
Oh yeah.
So this involves drinking a keg. Whoever can finish the keg, you get the next best thing. You get to stay inside the barn with the hay and the roof.
Well, I imagine whoever drinks the keg won't care.
So
They'll be
They'll be sleeping on the roof.
this one will be a constitution check for you all drinking the kegs. Mind you, everybody has disadvantage on this for eating so many. Well, if you eat more than 3 pies,
Save
you
and
have
throw.
disadvantage.
I technically only ate 2.
So you're good.
Okay.
It's gonna be saving throws. Saving throws. Constitution.
Do I have
saving
advantage
throws.
for being a dwarf?
No, you do not.
Damn it.
Jeez,
Con
I'm trying
save,
to turn
yeah.
on trying to turn on hacks, man.
Save or
Save.
track? Save. Okay.
That was. Oh my god, that rolled on an 18.
Oh.
Well, good news because you cannot crit fail on a skill check. All of you passed the first of it, so you drink maybe a fourth of it. So now you got to do the middle part of the next fourth of it. Everybody roll me a con saving throw.
With disadvantage, right?
Fuck me.
And then he's just like, I'll drink you boys under the table.
Dather, your stomach is pushing too hard. Same with you, Grimhelm. Both of you guys are just like, oh, I can't not drink another drop of this. I've eaten so many pies. Both of you get up and you guys have to forfeit. So the only ones left is Uriel, Lucas, and Elenian.
Lucas starts to sweat. Wait, where you going, old man?
All right, Uriel, Elenian, and Lucas. Con saving throws.
Look, you're gonna regret that.
All right, Lucas, you cannot go any further. You've drinking, you drinking 3/4 of it. Now for the final part of the keg, up to Uriel and Elenian.
I'll get you under this table.
I think that's a fail, right?
That is a fail unless you want to use your inspiration.
Fuck it. Everybody else uses theirs.
So close.
Elena, you get to the very last drops, and you cannot take any more of it. And Uriel, you drink the entire keg clean. Uriel, they all clap their hands. Congratulations, you got the rest of the hay. Rest of you, I don't know where I'm gonna put you. So good luck sleeping out here on the grass.
Grass is comfortable enough.
And everybody who failed that, so everybody except for Uriel and Elenian, all of you are now drunk.
Oh yeah.
Uriel drinks the most, doesn't get drunk.
Wait, can't I just take a normal hobbit room?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
you
I'm
didn't
just
even
gonna do
need
that
to
then. Yeah, I didn't even need to compete.
So in drunken
Like a-
stupor, all of you
Like a
kind
dwarf needs an excuse to
of
drink.
wander
like-
out. You kind of lay down. A few hobbits kind of run up to you, like poke you in the face. It's kind of like, yeah, stop it. You all sleep for a very long time, wearing off the alcohol.
Whoa.
Eyes.
Whoa.
What's up?
Too far. Are we not going to RP a little
Oh
bit?
no,
after
yeah, that's a
we
good point. Yeah, let's go back. Let's do some RP then.
I mean, it's okay.
No,
I was the only
no.
spectator,
No,
I think.
RP. I want you to. At this point, I forgot you were a spectator. So go ahead, RP.
So I just wanted to go up to Elenian after all the games and everything. Just
Cause she was still technically sober, I think, right?
You were like buzzed. You're not drunk.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and just as everything's gone, as everything's kind of died down before we break for the evening. So that was some fun times, but I wouldn't be a true gentleman if I didn't offer the big room, as the hobbits say, to the only woman amongst us. It's yours if you would like it.
No, you won it fair and square. You could use the rest too. I'm happy sleeping on the grass, honestly. Plenty of nights I've slept on it. And this one looks pretty comfy.
Aren't you both like the same age?
Yeah, I don't know how old is she?
She's like,
She's young, right? Like
yeah, she's like young, I think.
like
Let me check.
sub 20.
No,
I'm checking.
that's Lucas.
Yeah,
Double it.
no, Lucas is the youngest. Elenian's 40.
Oh, I'm 41, so not too
Then
bad.
never mind. I guess.
Said you were like the same fucking age.
You
I
guys
thought
are
you were-
Dunedain. You guys are all young.
I know we're young for Dunedain, but by comparison's sake, yeah.
Well,
Arvin
she
was
calls
like
him old
normal
man.
age.
Then she calls him old man just for like out of the sake of he
It's
has more stories. than-
Yeah, it's the beard. It adds 10 years. He's also weathered. He's definitely weathered. So
Then she's going to lean on the he needs rest anyways.
well, I suppose I won't turn it down, but good job.
Too soon. And Lainey's just like, I lost both contests, but thanks.
Oh, it was fun all the same.
That's what I did it for, at least. She kind of like looks over to her as the green dragon. I still want to ask why they call it the green dragon.
He looks the same. You know, I do too.
Could she like call over the bartender? I think they're still outside.
Yeah, the
right?
bartender's still out there. Yep.
Okay. She kind of like waves him over.
He kind of walks over. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is this tavern called the Green Dragon? I'm curious.
He kind of smiles at you and looks. So, back before this area's been calmed down some, a green dragon actually died here. It was home to the Shire, and after it was fallen, it landed right outside this area, which was carved and made into the in itself.
Oh.
At least that's the rumor.
How did it was found?
That's a question for someone who's a lot older than I am.
Perhaps Bilbo may know?
I doubt Bilbo would even. This surpasses even him.
Wow. I'm sure it won't hurt to ask, but thank you. Did sate my curiosity. And she also like, thank you for the pies and the drink. It was very delicious.
No problem. I can see some of your friends out there tatering, and you can't like look off to the side, and just your group is just swaying, walking different directions. Like, Lucas is just like face planted in like a group of like flowers, and Grimhelm is just like sleeping next to what he thought was like a tree, but it's just a cow.
Oh yeah, Grimhelm. Oh, I'll do my RP after.
Yeah, and then you chuckles at the sight. It's like they're a little more lightweight than they think. Clearly.
I can see. I see the hobbits can drink these big folk out of the table.
Oh, I won't doubt that.
And I don't claim them as my company. I am simply a guide.
Well, Mr. Guide, not trying to be rude, but when are you all seeing to get out of here? We have a lot of people that are getting kind of spooked out seeing big folk around.
I'm aware. Apologies for coming in on
Oh, it's perfectly fine.
I can't speak for them. He turns toward Elenian. But I think their path takes them over toward the Blue Mountains in the Morrow.
Oh, that's a ways.
Indeed.
It is, but along the White Downs and, the Far Downs, it should be a pretty quick hike, I think.
I've heard
Straight
the Far
through.
Downs. Make sure you stop in and give the Tooks my hellos.
Will do.
Deerhell kind of like he's standing with the bartender and Elenian, but you can see he's kind of shifting in his posture, almost like waiting for the bartender to leave.
Bartender just kind of like reads the room and just kind of walks up to the other hobbits.
Oh, Elenian, if I could have just a moment.
No, we got all night. She says, chuckling, signaling towards the sky.
Well, I've got a large room waiting for me, so not all night, I'm afraid.
Fair, fair.
I don't intend on traveling beyond the Shire. I think the road will take you to your destination fine. And while I've been thinking a lot about it over the last couple days and the company's presence, while my days of adventuring and combat are coming to a close, I don't know if I could say the same for my sword. And he kind of slowly pulls out with his right hand out of its sheath the elven longsword that had been modified, as I previously described. The front and the tip had been shortened and reforged, so it's almost a short sword size. He pulls it out and looks at it as he holds his hand up about head level, and the blade goes back toward him, and you can see kind of this elegant flow of this elven sword. He pauses at it for a moment and then extends his hand with the hilt toward you, Elenian. This is Dulinguin.
She repeats the name. Linguin?
Dulinguin.
Dulinguin?
Dulinguin. Yes, Nightingale in Elvish. It's old Elvish longsword. A bane to the shadow. Beautiful blade. I modified it some years ago when I lost my left arm, and I was no longer able to sword the length of a longsword. It's done well, and I'd be lying if I say that it serves me much use anymore. I wanted to see it pass to another Dunedain, a ranger of our parts, to continue to protect these lands.
Elenian kind of like looks at the sword and then looks at him, kind of wide-eyed. Are you certain, Deerhound? This is a big symbol of your past and your old ventures. Are you sure you want to let it go?
He, without looking at Elenian, he keeps looking at the sword even as his hand is extended a little bit. Yes, like I said, I don't believe that its adventures are over. There's much good left for it to accomplish. I think my time is done. I might see if I can't stay here a little bit longer with the hobbits.
Elenian kind of grows quiet for a few moments, just kind of pondering. It's like, it's a big honor to be handed a blade of what I would refer to as legend. So, if you're handing it over to me, then I will really, I'll be sure to keep it safe for as long as I draw breath.
I trust you will. And who knows, should your paths come back toward the east after the Blue Mountains, maybe you'll find me.
Well, I do hope that this is where you, the path that you wish to take. I know you've done the best that you can in your past, and I respect it, even if other Dunedain kind of forgotten or want to forget. I won't.
I thank you for that. And who knows, maybe in time the stories will change. We shall
I'll
see.
make sure they're the good stories.
Yes, like that time I saved you from a tree.
Indeed, that was something. She laughs. And,
Well-
yeah.
He looks around, looks up to the sky, the stars, and everything. Well, if you're not going to take me up on the room, I think I'm going to retire.
Of course. Rest well, friend.
I'm gonna drag your sword over to Linnea.
Please do, thank you.
Dang.
Sorry, I give lots of gifts as a DM, and so I don't know if that was intended.
That's perfectly fine. I was actually expecting it, so.
Oh,
And
huzzah.
Laney kind of looks over the blade quietly, just kind of like reading the Elvish and just taking in the beauty of the blade. And it's just like kind of like holds it, says like a determined something like I don't know what it would be. Something kind of very like determined in Elvish. Like she will make sure to keep on her promise. And puts it on her hilt. Now for drunk RP.
Drunk RP, go.
Yeah, I was RPing drunk already. What are you guys talking about?
I'm not as thin as how drunk I am.
I come to
Yeah.
every session drunk just to, like, for preparation.
It makes for much better RP.
But yeah, just like I type, Grimhelm kind of like staggers over to Lucas. Oi, Almoran.
And as I just finished typing, Lucas, as he's leaning against the wall, he had his eyes closed for a moment. He kind of blinks them back open and, what you want?
You're not, you don't drink too bad for someone who can barely grow a facial hair.
Very funny. Very funny. Says the one that protects his dog all day. And I just like clap my hand against the top of his helmet if he's still wearing it.
Oh, but by that, yeah, it would have been like sagging a little bit sideways. It's like a little definitely
The
missed.
straps off. It's just hanging
Yeah,
around.
yeah. It's not fitted right at the moment. He'll kind of, give a toothish grin. Every tavern we stop by, we have a ritual we need to complete.
Wrestling, huh?
Aye. And then Grimhelm kind of like throws his head to the side and sees one of the large chairs that are kind of like against the side of the tavern. And he'll kind of like, stumble over towards it, almost tripping a couple times, and
Some hot
Take it in
tea
hand.
are around watching this.
and he'll kind of like stumble past him, He'll grab the chair and he will set it down. He'll kind of pick it up easily, set it down back over towards Lucas, and then he'll just like sit next to it and just throw his elbow down on it and just look at him. And then he'll kind of do a two-finger gesture. Come on now. He'll tap on the chair. It's right here.
He's jealous. Can't win. Lucas puts his arm down. All right, old man. Let's see what you got.
Got some catching up to do. Just needed a little more liquor in me.
Say handicap.
What's that?
Whatever you say, it's a handicap.
Excuses, young blood. All right, grab my hand.
I grab it. Says one who lost twice. Here we go, easy on you, princess.
Was it strength checks?
Yep.
Oh, I'll show you a princess, huh? Don't underestimate me, young blood.
You get ready to arm wrestle, and you bring Lucas's arm down so hard that it breaks the chair that the hobbits are just kind of gathering around. All this kind of.
Wait, what do you mean breaks it? Like it doesn't break it?
It breaks the chair.
Oh, bring me another chair.
The hobbits are just kind of like, no, we're okay. We like to keep our chairs.
Is there a table?
Yes, but you notice the hobbits are just kind of scooting away the tables and chairs from you all, just kind of like walking away with them.
Grimhelm gets up and he like drunkenly chases towards the table. Hey,
the hobbits are running faster, which is like a slight jog for you.
And then he'll find some like stone architecture, just something that they can't move.
It's like a rock, just a big rock.
This is a big rock. You look over and Dather's just passed out on the rock. Like right
we move him. Oh,
just kind of slide.
Just drag him away.
You just notice his head just kind of leaned against the rock.
We just grab him by his feet, drag him away. All right.
Hey,
also, while you guys get ready to arm wrestle, you also notice that Uriel is just kind of sitting there watching the shenanigans going on, just kind of scratching his head, just like, am I the only sober one right now?
Yeah.
All right, princess. I'll show you who the princess is. All right, little boy. It was 2 out of 3, right?
Yep.
Boom! Oh! Oh, young blood. Oh. That feels good. And he'll kind of like squeeze his hand a few times. Oh. Just needed to hang out with these small creatures, it seems.
Still got one to go to even the skull, old man.
Till the next tavern.
Drinks are on you next time. You already said.
By this point, Grimhelm's already like passing out, like sliding down the rock.
No, he's
fucking
on the
snoring.
All right. Does anybody have any more RP they want to do for It Is the Night?
Now Lucas is in the flower bed.
All right, you're in the flower bed, face down in the flowers. Uriel.
Can chat with the hobbits.
I'll sit down with the hobbits. If any are playing any board games or anything else like that, probably sit and watch and join them for a game.
All right, you play a little game with them, and they seem to be kind of getting frustrated. Roll me an intelligence check.
No,
they're getting frustrated trying to teach you how the game works. Eventually you think you get it and you still don't. The hobbit's like, all right, I'm going to bed. And they just kind of walk off.
Try again in the morning when I'm not so full of liquor. Yeah, I'll head up to the hayloft.
I think Elenian will, like, once everybody's done, Elenian would take her horse from the stand and take him out to an open field. Kind of have the horse kind of rest because it's getting late, and just both of them out in a soft, grassy field, just kind of sleeping.
Okay.
At the stars.
And even though I hate to do it, because you will wake up the next morning, and Duriel, you are now in front of the party, who are now woken up in the morning, still slightly hungover. Feel free to say what you wish to say to the party. Josh?
Let the man collect his taunts, dude.
I'm gonna make sure he's there.
Change the music.
He's gone.
Josh disappeared.
And he's gone.
He's no longer in our... He entered the back rooms.
Oh, I actually checked to see if he just randomly disappeared from the Discord. I was like, damn, did he really? Like, holy fuck. Like, I was sneaky. I didn't even hear the ping.
Dip.
So Grimhelm wakes up and he's like, oh, my back. God, it feels like I slept on it. And he looks down. A rock. And then he remembers, and he looks over towards where Lucas is. Did I win?
Guess he kind of like, again, blinks his eyes and like wipes the dirt off his face, or probably picks a flower off his face. What? Huh? Win what?
Did I win?
Uriel comes out of the barn, shaking some straw out of his hair.
What are you talking about, old man?
He'll look towards the rock and he'll just like sternly focus, and then look over. You'll see Uriel. Did I win, Uriel?
No, it's still 3-0.
Really?
Like, yeah! What now, old man?
Ah, bullshit! And he'll kind of just like real solemnly look down. Damn it!
Dather, you wake up and you notice that there is a rock that feels like home to you that you've been sleeping against this whole night.
Oh, nice.
Now we dragged his ass in the grass.
Yeah, they dragged me off.
He's like half on the. Only his face was on the rock.
I think the only 3 of us slept well.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Landon comes back with a horse. Kind of puts out at the sails like, oh, you guys look like shit.
So he just wipes his face again, getting more dirt on it probably. Did I get it?
You don't have to wipe dirt on your face. You could just wait till you can grow an actual beard.
Bollocks.
That doesn't look like 5 o'clock shadow.
What are you holding onto that helmet, huh? Bald spot?
I am curious to see under that helmet, actually.
The finest mane of hair you would ever witness.
Let me witness it.
Is that glued onto the helmet?
When the time is right.
Oh, you're no fun.
Bonus action sneak.
Helmet.
They'll never catch the
Matt-
toupee.
Magically, it's already like perfectly strapped back onto his head.
Under the helmet is another helmet.
There's masks on it, man.
I'm just waiting for Josh to just magically just return.
Yeah.
Dan, do you have Josh's number?
Do you
No, but I have his
have
Facebook.
him on Facebook?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Next go-to. I'm gonna call him on
Alright,
Facebook.
who wants to arm wrestle?
Sure. Here, yeah, could use a warm up.
Alright. What is it, strength?
Strength check.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is there remains of the chairs that was broken near the rock? Oof.
Oh my god, I rolled a 1.
Your
Oh,
arm is
whoa.
just dead from the day before.
Oh, you're stronger. You're stronger than you look, and you look strong.
Damn right.
All right, now we
We
got
go again.
Oh, but I'm not too weak myself. I'm just waking up a little bit. All right.
Alright. 1-1.
Oh,
You
there's
guys
like
get budge,
meat in the
another
middle.
Another check, because you guys you have to see who budges.
Oh, you fucking.
Also, could I ask a question?
What's up?
I asked if there was the remains of the broken chair that was
There
near
it
the
is.
rock.
No!
There is?
By an
Yes,
inch.
there
Just
is
by an inch.
pieces of the chair remaining.
Oh,
Leaning kind of points down at the broken chair. He's like, "What's the story with that?" I think I was sleeping by then.
That was the first casualty to their arm wrestling battle last
Well
night.
Was it the only?
And while
What?
you
Yo,
were
you
out
fraud.
celebrating arm wrestling being hung over, Duriel walks out. Josh, are you muted?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So as everyone's kind of gathered around, take a look around at the group. Whew. Seems quite a bit going on this day, huh?
Leftover
days,
excitement from yesterday.
Oh yeah, it is.
Hmm. Well, I'll be honest, I feel like your path is far ahead of all of you still. If it's acceptable, I think I might take my leave from the company, stay here in Hobbiton. Allow your path to go through the White Downs, the Far Downs, and onto the Blue Mountains. It's a road, and you shouldn't need a guide.
Eleni's like, you know my thoughts. We spoke over last night.
Lucas ruffles his hair. He's like, "Wait, so you staying in?"
To be honest, the big room wasn't that bad, and I do enjoy the company of the hobbits. It's a nice, relaxing time. As the music gets very stressful.
I'll say, don't worry, I'm actually
Slowly
working
pulls
on
a dagger out.
Like,
Like, whoa.
there you go.
Oh no!
He's Sigurd the assassin.
None of his mountains go away. There we go.
That's the orcs attack.
Grimhelm
My-
will speak up at that. Oh, go ahead. Go.
My time for adventure is, I'm afraid, it's come to a close. The old forest, that was my last time, and I'm glad to see all of you still on your feet, though it might not have been that way if not for old Tom. All the same, if there's nothing more I can give to you, I think you don't need me anymore.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you as our guide. Definitely imparted some wisdom.
Uriel will reach out to shake your hand.
He returns with his right hand ungloved and gives a nice firm handshake.
I'll respond with a firm handshake as well and say, it was good to adventure with you for as long as we did.
It's not done.
I hope to read it sometime, Lucas. Please come back and tell me of the Blue Mountains. I know your father had spent some time there, and I'd much like to hear how it's changed, if at all.
Datter, have anything to say?
It's been good traveling with your friend.
You hold yourself as high and noble as the other dwarves I've seen, Sir Dathel. Much like Therum, who I got to see previously. Good folk the dwarfs are. As long as I can aid you, should you ever need it, please come back.
I'll be sure to visit.
Enjoy those tools for what they are.
They will certainly bring me loads of joy.
I'm glad to hear.
Rough. Just kidding.
Rough.
Joy.
That was joy. Yeah, I didn't know where I was going. I'm
No,
sorry.
you should have done that. Just kind of stutter. Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, joy.
Joy. Joy.
The thing that happens when they get the joy thing, it's a thing that happens here.
It's not tears, it's just allergies.
Hobbit pollen.
Hobbit pollen.
Hobbit pollen. That makes me believe that they pollinate.
Okay, so I guess like everybody's spoken. Eleni kind of just says, kind of gives him like a formal like elven bow from Rivendell essentially, and kind of mutters like a farewell, but not really a farewell, like a we'll see each
you
other
later
again kind of thing.
Different than everyone else's interactions as they were. Deerhell just it seems to almost give this silent response. This like there isn't any perceivable gesture and certainly no words in response to Elenian, but between the two of them, it's almost this telepathic, goodbye. But for all others, for the others that are watching, it's almost this awkward silence. No other gesture other than a slight smile.
After her gesture and understand, essentially, the goodbye. I'll be sure to take good care of your blade.
Please do. I'm sure the blade is eager to go on its next adventure with you.
And I will be happy to retell it, she says with a chuckle.
And likewise, Calohetho will get some new stories as well.
Was that
That's
out of
blade,
character?
That's the blade that you gifted to Grimhelm when they visited.
Right. No, out of character though. I want to make sure that I spoke. So I've said something to Lucas, Elenian, definitely Dathor. Did I say anything to Grimhelm and Uriel?
Yeah, we spoke.
Okay.
But
wait.
And then Grim.
I don't think there was anything directed at Grimhelm.
Yeah, going away. Did he say parting to Uriel? I can't remember.
He did say a parting to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
they shook
so,
hands.
just Grimhelm.
Yeah. So Grimhelm and Grimhelm got the blade. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I just want to make sure that.
You're good.
Sorry. Out of character. I'm throwing everybody off.
You're good.
Yes, and please do, and come back and tell me the stories of it. I'm quite proud of what I've been able to do for that tool. It's in good hands, I know.
Well, your faith is well placed. I plan on coming back and showing off a few trophies. I'm hoping to encounter a good bit of orcs at some point, so it will be put to its proper use.
Oh, and your chuckles. Probably several more scars, that's for sure.
More tales to tell. Tapestries of triumphs.
Dio kind of gestures to his left stub. Not too many scars, though. Yes?
I
Grimhelm
would
chuckles
like
at that.
not to go for it to be that bad, yes. Chuckles.
He, Dio kind of stands at the rest of the company and throws up his right hand and in like a goodbye, standing at the door of the Green Dragon Inn, eagerly awaiting to return inside.
And with that, we're gonna call session.
Mhm.